Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. You know, this is a on video and on podcasts, so um, it's always interesting when I start off and I start off in a pause. I used to have an intro with music or just pre-recorded, but it is so much better for me to do it live, unedited, so I can get the work out to you guys. Anyway, but welcome. This is welcome to my all my astrological lovers. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer, and welcome to your cosmic journey of May 2024. We are going to uncover the astrological mysteries that will shape us in this in your path and my path in the month of May. We may, well, not May, we will be discussing love, career, and more. So get ready for this journey and through the celestial bodies that provides guidance. Okay. Yes. So welcome. And I have a Patreon for everyone who is new here. Yes, do your due diligence and subscribe, like, and comment, all those things. But I also have Patreon. It is only $4 a month. Actually, let me take my bracelets off because I don't know if that's annoying the mic, but I have a Patreon. It's $4 a month. And I do a video connected to I have page okay. On my Patreon, I have a video connected to every episode that I discuss on the podcast and on this YouTube video. And the video connected to this, and a lot, trust me, a lot of them are timeless. Like we have the eclipse kit, how to survive an eclipse, what to do, what rituals to do with the eclipse. We have a Mercury retrograde survival kit that's on there. I have timeless readings. I have timeless charm pulling and pendulum readings, and also behind the scenes content. You also get my videos first on Patreon, but for the video connected to this one, it is charm pulling and tarot reading for the month of May for each astrological sign. I also would do a yes or no question on there too. So get ready for that if you join my Patreon. Also, I do one-on-one readings. So if you have a question, you can send me a message on a Patreon and I will do a tarot reading for your one question. Okay. That's a lot for $4. Okay. So yes. Now, also, here are the transits. If you guys are not looking, I will say them really quick. May 2nd, we have Pluto retrograding in the sign Aquarius. We'll get into that, girl. Okay, girl or guy. May 3rd, we have Mars sextiling Pluto. That's great energy. May 6th, Mercury is conjunct Chiron, and the sun is sextiling Saturn. May 7th, we have a new moon in Taurus. May 13th, Uranus is going to conjunct the sun. Venus is going to sextile Saturn. On the 15th, Mercury is going to enter Taurus. Now, on the 17th, Mercury is going to square Pluto, which is retrograding. On the 18th, Venus is conjunct Uranus. Jupiter is going to conjunct the sun. This a Kazimi. I'm trying not to say and all that stuff. May and I just said May 19th, we have the sun sextiling Neptune. Mars is going to conjunct the North Node that same day. On the 20th, we have a happy solar return to all my Geminis. Happy birthday. Sun will be entering Gemini. On the 22nd, that Gemini sun, is going to trine Pluto, which is retrograding. On the 23rd, Venus is going to conjunct Jupiter. Venus is going to sextile Neptune. We also have a full moon in Sagittarius. Venus is also going to enter Gemini. And that's a big day, you guys. And Jupiter is going to sextile Neptune. We'll get into that. On the 25th, Venus is going to trine Pluto. Jupiter is going to enter Gemini on the 25th. This is big energy. I've already, I said, I'm trying to be very aware and conscious. Okay. So Jupiter is going to enter Gemini. That's very big energy. I've discussed that several times. I discussed it in my astrology video of 2024, the predictions of 2024. I also did a podcast on Jupiter in the sign Taurus and what we have to look for on Jupiter in the sign Gemini. So you can listen to that. I think it's a video too. I'm not sure. But the point is that there's information already out there from me regarding this energy. And on top of that, I have new information tied into that. Try to always add additional information to each time I discuss something. I don't want just the same old, same old. Okay, on the 20s, but look out in the future, especially when we get closer to this week, of just a video on Jupiter entering Gemini. I also will be doing horoscopes with that. Now, on the 27th, Mercury is going to sextile Saturn. On the 29th, Mars is going to conjunct Chiron. And on the 30th, Mercury is going to conjunct Uranus. Okay. So that is what we have for all of the transits, and I'm going to go over each one in detail. And should I put up the chart for everyone to see? I think we will. Let's see. Every time I do this, I'm like, how do you do this? Every single time, but that's okay. Here we go. Let me actually clean my desktop of all the junk so I can be clear on what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's go to now and we'll move it to May 1st. My youngest is born May 15th. So I always loved Taurus energy. I had several Taurus best friends too. So May is an exciting time for me. Now, okay, so first let's get into, actually it's on the 2nd, and you see here Pluto is retrograding. What does that mean? It's going to retrograde in 2 degrees. It's going to go back to 1 degree, and that's an Aries degree, but 2 degrees is a Taurus degree, and 2 degrees is also representing supreme power. I say like Jesus, like God, but what do you define supreme? Then that's what you get. Also in the sign Pluto, that's very extreme. The sign Aquarius is okay. We've already discussed Aquarius energy. However, you're going to see a lot of rebellious energy like strikes, protests, which you see already happening with Aquarius energy at the colleges. It's not a coincidence. It's in the stars. So this is something I've already discussed several times, but you're going to get it. It's going to be more extreme. This is going to be like what, 20 years, I think, until in the 2040 something, we are going to have Pluto in Aquarius, but it retrograding is going to go back to the sign Capricorn. Okay, so it retrogrades May 2nd. That's when it starts, to October 11th. It goes direct October 11th, so it'll move back into the sign a few days later, to Aquarius, but it's going to be back in Capricorn. September 1st, Pluto will station direct at 29 degrees Capricorn, and then will move to 1 degree over time to Pluto. During this apparent backward motion, it re-enters the previous sign, which I said Capricorn is going to stay in Capricorn. It stays in Capricorn until November 29th. And Capricorn is representing structures, systems, and authority. Pluto is the planet of transformation, power, death, which also means rebirth, so fertility and evolution. Okay, it's known for being very deep, and it's not about the surface when you're dealing with this planet Pluto. So it often also relates to control, power dynamics, and the subconscious and psychology. Pluto moves very slow, and it spends many years in each sign, and its retrogrades are regularly part of Pluto energy. It retrogrades a lot because it is the transformative planet, and it always wants you to look inside. And I always think retrograde is going internal and getting deeper and reviewing things, and that is what Pluto is about. It's a period of reflection and transformation. The retrograde phase is also internal work, which I just said. I'm just rereading my notes. Pluto resumes its direct motion. The change that has been incubating internally may start to manifest more clearly in the external world. When we start to have the retrograde and it starts to go direct, things start to look clear because we're constantly revisiting these degrees, which means these events and situations currently in our world. Now, in the sign Capricorn, Oh gosh, in the sign Capricorn, okay? Pluto in the sign Capricorn. Capricorn is representing Earth. It's associated with structure, government, ambition, responsibility, practicality, achievement. It is about the material world, our reputation, systems of government, systems and infrastructure, controlled energy, also the father figure, the authority, discipline, accountability, leadership, and practicality, right? So Capricorn also represents conservatism. Am I saying it right? Being conservative. Okay. It values tradition and stability. It's very cautious. It doesn't really like change. It prefers to stick to the familiar and what's proven. There's endurance with Capricorn energy. It represents the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So you'll see a lot of that, which we've seen while Pluto was in Capricorn, and which is also makes me think of Trump. And when I'm stuttering now, it's because I'm very conscious of me saying So when I say I'm like, oh my gosh, I just said I'm working on it, working in progress here. It's perseverance. It's able to overcome obstacles and sheer determination, the sign Capricorn. And also there's wisdom, right? Because it gains through experience, Capricorn. Now, when you have Pluto in the sign Capricorn, there is, it basically intensifies any sign it's in. Pluto's going to intensify Capricorn, it's going to intensify Aquarius. That's why you see the college students going and getting arrested for protesting. Now, regardless the topic that they're protesting, let's pretend that they're protesting mud. And I know that's hard for a lot of people because this is a very this is the issue that it gets a lot of conflict. Okay. So I'm not discussing the issue. I just want you to know what the energy represents. If they were debating, I don't want mud on the campus, the rebellion will be so intense. Okay, because it's in the sign Pluto. Okay, so just leaving it that simple so everyone can comprehend. Now, when we have it in Capricorn, we had a lot of upheavals in governments, corporations is also what you can see in institutions. It's going to have some issues with power dynamics with those infrastructures and corporations and government and leaders. Okay, so we've now we have Pluto going back in the sign Capricorn. It's going to revisit structures. It's going to question and change and rebirth and transform systems, government, corporate structures, or any foundations or systems in our society. That is what Pluto and Capricorn has to deal with. And so we're still revisiting those issues. It's going to transform authority, issues of power and abuse and corruption may resurface to be addressed and hopefully resolved when it's retrograding. You have the issue of TikTok being banned, and that I would associate with Pluto and Aquarius because Aquarius is a communicative energy and technology as well. And a lot of people communicate through social media. Aquarius and air energy is very social, and that is a social media platform, and it's a form of communicating. And yeah, so you have it being banned, and Pluto is about power too. Also, but back to Capricorn, so a lot of transformation in traditional power struggles, transformation in authority and leadership, transformation in our economy and career. Capricorn also deals with career and economy, and a period of reassessment and potential transformation in those two things would definitely be happening again because we've already been going through it. For example, when we had COVID, that was Pluto in Capricorn being forced to be at home because that is I kept saying in the last video, polarizing, but polarity is the word I want to use. That is the polarity sign, Cancer, which is representing home. So everyone was forced to be in their home. Okay. So you have those, but you have recessions, economic reforms, transformation in how resources are managed and distributed. Now, remember, Capricorn also represents responsibilities. So there's reevaluating our own responsibilities and structures that we have in our lives. Now, it endures some change. So there's long lasting effects that can happen with these new breakthroughs and these new rebuilding of form. Also, psychology, right? Pluto represents psychology, the planet itself. And when it's retrograding in Capricorn, we can have the psychology of being ambitious and success and the use of power. There's insight with that going on. So transformation in institutions, power dynamics, material realities, earth, ending and beginnings, because Capricorn is also representing time and a time of endings and beginnings through that Pluto energy, the end of old ways and doing things and beginning of new paradigms and structures. Remember, regeneration and rebirth is also dealing with this energy too. So, and Aquarius, we're dealing, when it comes back into the sign Aquarius, we're dealing with technology, we're dealing with organizations, groups. When I think of an organization, a lot of people are talking about that APAC. That's an organization or a group. So you have that being looked at, and people really constantly saying APAC. If you don't know about APAC, that's a whole different, it doesn't matter, any type of group, right? So because this is going to be here for a long time. So this discussion of that is going to happen. There's a lot of rebellions that's going to happen. Transformation in air travel, because Aquarius represents the air. It is an air sign. So the traveling through air and space and navigation and innovation. Get ready for that, child. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. So that's what we have happening on the 2nd of May. I find that to be really big because it's going to turn into Capricorn. It's already big energy now. So let's talk about May 3rd. Mars is going to sextile Pluto. Mars is in a sign. Oh, let me bring my chart back up. Mars is in the sign. Wait, hold on. It's in the sign Aries, but trying to do two things at once. Okay, Mars is in the sign Aries. It's going to sextile Pluto in the sign Aquarius. Remember, Pluto's retrograding. That's going to be in 2 degrees. Again, supreme power. 2 degrees also represents Taurus. So it can represent your money, your food, the earth itself, physical, tangible items, stability, luxuries, your voice, your singing. Now, Mars in Aries is very aggressive. Okay, it's action, it's courage, it's a leader. There's pioneering spirit, very direct and impulsive. While it is positive, the sextile is the energy is out there, but we have to put in a work. And that's what Mars is going to do, put in a work. Now, Pluto in Aquarius, right? Pluto is a planet of transformation and power and psychology. And in Aquarius, it's innovative and it's about the individual, and there's a social consciousness happening. So what does that look like when it's sextiling Mars, Pluto and Mars in these zodiac signs? It's going to be intense willpower and courage, determined to have some renewal and regeneration. We're going to be very assertive, very decisive. There's guts and strength, an ability to heal and transform solutions in a very cooperative effort, physical renewal, sexual empowerment, very ambitious, very driven towards our goals, opportunities for action, could be involving in the areas of social issues, technology, and group dynamics. So let's see how the rebellions and protests happen with that day, just for not just for that day, but just for that minute. There'll probably be some positivity if people decide to work with the energy, because the positive energy is out there. There's empowerment with this aspect. Constructive reforms could be happening, could be courage for innovation, motivation to change. There's harmonious collaboration with this, and are willing to overcome obstacles and constructive pursuits. So if you have any work that day, I would say go ahead and do it, because it's going to be very transformative and you're going to be very deep. You won't be dealing with the surface level with that energy. Now on the 6th, you have Mercury. Mercury in the signs Aries is going to be conjunct Chiron in a sign Aries, and that is at 21 degrees. And 21 degrees is a Sagittarius degree. I always think big, big, big. I always think not manifesting, luck. Also, abundance, expansion, wisdom, travel. Yes, college, higher learning. So we have direct communication with this because Mercury is the planet of communication. Chiron is the planet of healing. So healing conversations, insightful thinking. Now, when you have conjuncts, there's negative and positive energy. So it's very strong to me. And there could be some emotional sensitivity. There could be some miscommunication as well and some self doubt that day. Okay. And not just that day, because I don't mean to say that day, because it's getting closer to it, and also has to, as it is applying, meaning as it's getting closer, you start to feel the energy, and that can take a few days before and a few days after, as it separates. Okay. Now, also that day, the sun is going to be sextiling Saturn 17 degrees. Here's the sun. Here is Saturn in the sign Pisces. Sun will be in the sign Taurus. It's going to be in a Leo degree. That's all about the fame and everyone look at me, self-expression. Light and warmth could be dealing with children, creativity, monarchs, gold, hair, the heart. And Sun in Taurus represents, the sun represents our identity, our life force, and it's a very father authoritative figure. And Taurus is all about love and comfort and stability, right? So you have that, and then you have Saturn in a sign Pisces, and Saturn is associated with discipline, responsibility, structure, everything that I mentioned earlier about Capricorn, because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Also, it could be dealing with limitations. So you have that. Now, this is a positive aspect. So there could be some positive limitations happening for you. It's okay, but Pisces is dealing with imagination, compassion, your intuition, collective unconsciousness about oneness, okay, and creativity. So we can have some grounded, comforting energy because we're dealing with Taurus, right? And sensitive vibrations of Pisces, sextiling. So I'm saying positive creativity, steady progress, balanced approach, emotional maturity, enduring commitments, because you're dealing with love and you're dealing with that Saturn energy, right? Effective management. Taurus, the sun focuses on our resources and can be effectively managed with that Saturn and Pisces. So, successful handling of finances, themes of lasting values and reliability can come to the front. Build upon solid foundations in your personal and professional lives. It's a time for recognizing the importance of both material security and spiritual fulfillment. Who would have thought those two can be together? Well, they can. Visions into tangible outcomes, stability and security, discipline and focus, and productivity. Stability, growth, and emotional depth all together that day. Very positive. Work with that energy, you guys. Now, on the 7th, we have the beautiful new moon. It's actually going to be in 18 degrees here, and it's going to be in a sign Taurus. Now, the new moon happens at 8:21 p.m., and the new moon is always about it's the new cycle of the lunar year, and it starts the new cycle of a lunar year. And whenever I used to think of a new moon at the beginning, it was all about manifesting. Okay. Everyone's like, it's time to manifest. Okay. Now, 18 degrees symbolizes some tragic accidents. So be aware of that. But I we'll see how this goes. I'm not saying it's not negative. It's very positive, but there could be some accidents happening, and it could be cleaning some energy for you in a very positive way. Okay, because Virgo also, it represents Virgo, and it's about diminishing and cleaning, making something smaller, an improvement, a health, work, routine, pets. So it could be a tragic accident that can make you be aware of your health. Okay. Just letting you know. Okay, so but new moons marking the beginning of a new lunar cycle. The new moon is often associated with themes of renewal, rebirth, and starting a new cycle, starting new projects, initiating change, and focus on personal growth, setting intentions during a new moon. Any new moon, there's manifestation, there's emotional healing, there's self-reflection, there's initiating, and there's also planting the seeds for the rest of the lunar cycle. Now, when they have it in the sign Taurus, and remember, this happens when the sun and the moon are both aligned and are hugging, okay? And Taurus, the ruler of Taurus is Venus, and Venus is very positive. It's all about love, it's about stability, practicality when you're dealing with Taurus energy, not when you're dealing with Libra, but material, comfort, and sensual pleasure. So During this new moon, it's great to manifest or restart or plant some seeds or initiate in the following Taurus themes, okay? Grounding energy, material matters, anything dealing with your senses, sensual pleasures. This could be something beautiful you want to work on. You want a beautiful home. This is manifesting that Taurus, new moon, Taurus energy, okay? Anything dealing with food, anything giving you pleasure, music, art, nature, okay? Practical and productivity. Taurus energy is very methodical, and the new moon is favorable time for setting realistic goals, planning for the future, because Taurus is a fixed sign. It doesn't want to move. It is an earth sign, but it's like a mountain. It's stuck, boy. So really think about some long-term goals. It's a good time for working hard and being consistent and focusing on the tangible results for long term. Okay, because it's earth energy. It's also about self-worth and values, nature and beauty, connecting with the physical world. Set time, it's a good time to set your intentions related to finances, security, self-worth, and simple pleasures of life. Like, I want to have more vacations. I want to have more downtime. That is great manifestation for this new moon in Taurus. Okay. Of course, I will get into a separate video and do horoscopes on it, but just to let you know. Okay. So the new moon in Taurus is also going to be conjunct Uranus, which is also in the sign Taurus, and Uranus is hugging and close to Taurus. Now, I've discussed Uranus and Taurus being conjunct, and we're going to be feeling this for a good minute now. And we felt it before. Also, I was telling you that represents earthquakes and, expect unexpected surprises, but good surprises and bad surprises. When it's connected to this new moon, though, right? Uranus and Taurus, Uranus is the planet of change, innovation, and unexpected disruptions and surprises, right? When you have Taurus, it's relating to our finances and our values and our material world. So it's liberating us from the old patterns, because the Taurus doesn't want to change. But Uranus is like, let's change these old patterns. Let's think outside of the box when it comes to our finances and our resources. Now you have Jupiter, which is very expansive. It brings luck, it brings growth, it brings abundance, good and bad abundance, because you can overshop, okay? You can eat too much food. Just remember, abundance is a lot on both ways, good and positive. Okay. So when you have this new moon conjunct these two planets, there's sudden opportunities, there's financial breakthroughs, there's reassessing your values, there's embracing change, there's manifesting abundance. Okay. It is very positive. It's also conjunct at Venus, which is connected to love. And Venus is in a sign Taurus, love and comfort. And Venus, remember, is the ruler of this new moon. So wherever Venus is and whatever Venus is doing, this new moon can manifest a lot of money. Okay. I'm just trying to let you know. You want to manifest the day before or the morning of. Let me see, what time is it? Is it at 8 p.m.? Yeah. Manifest, do all your stuff 5-7, 5-6 in the evening, or 5-7 in the morning, because it's going to happen that evening. Manifest the money, manifest the coin. It's very positive. Okay. Embrace some new changes, manifest a great vacation, a new home, resources, because the love is there. Venus is also what we naturally attract, and they're conjunct. Now, remember, this could also be negative, but only so. Do not. Okay. So don't manifest something that says, I want to manifest that I don't want to be fat. No, 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 no. Only positive words. I want to manifest good health. I am going to be healthy. I am going to live a long, healthy, positive life. Do you get what I'm saying? I am going to have a positive, healthy body. I'm trying, just positive words. Do not say anything negative. Do not put the word fat, unless you're talking about a fat wallet of money. Okay. All right. So just so you guys know, it's a great new moon energy. There's some big surprises. There's faith. There's abundance, all happening with some love, all happening in this energy. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now let us do the 13th. We're mosey on along to May 13th. And that day we have a Kazemi, meaning that Uranus is now in the heart of the sun. Kazimis are very intense energy, so it's not like just a regular conjunction. A Kazemi means that the sun is highlighting Uranus bigger than ever. Now, 23 degrees is an Aquarius degree. That's the degree it's going to be happening in. And Aquarius represents divorce, surprises, high places, high technology, high tech, new technology, humanitarianism, organizations, friends, networking, your dreams, and the future. Okay. Now, when you have the planet of change and innovation and unexpected events in the sign Taurus, stability and practicality, sensuality and love and comfort and material. And you have the sun also in that same sign Taurus, and but the sun is your ego and your life force, right? And your core identity, your sense of self. And you have these two together, you could have some sudden surprises with finances, your values, and material possessions. This could be good and bad because it's a conjunction. Conjunctions are always going to be bad, but it's going to be, I'm going to say, very positive, especially when you have that manifestation happening. Or and listen to what I'm saying. It could be negative, but it's also going to probably be negative to help you with whatever you manifest. Okay. So there's going to be a big change, but the big change is to clear out for that manifestation. There's a push towards innovation and new ways of doing things traditionally, transformation in your personal identity, where individuals may feel compelled to break free from old concepts. Okay, like I'm bored with this. I need something new. I want to change it up. Challenges in personal and collective values leading to new ways of thinking and understanding what's truly important in life. There's a new sense of freedom, a new sense of independence, unique opportunities for creative expression, self expression, because we're dealing with that sun, unexpected awakening, a bright light of rebirth, manic self celebration, willful and erratic behavior can happen with this too. Excessive urges for independence, like you're not even planning it, and out of the blue, you're like, I want a divorce. Especially dealing with that Aquarius degree, inability to cooperate or compromise with others. Now, also because we have all these rebellions happening, and we have Pluto in the sign Aquarius. Okay, it's retrograding, and Uranus is over here acting a fool with the sun. Okay. We can see some bigger light with the rebellion, and it could be affecting people's resources. If they think their resource is school, education, there's something that could be happening there. Let's see what can happen. Maybe something with technology, maybe something, a new surprise. And we are going to take the coin, your crypto, your PayPal, your Venmo. That's the negative side of it. The positive side is that there could be some breakthroughs with some organizations and caring about the collective too. Okay. So that's what we have on the 13th. On the same day, 13th, we have Venus is going to be sextiling Pisces. Not Pisces, it's going to be sextiling Saturn in a sign Pisces. 17-degree. This could be dealing with children. There's some attention, there's some light, there's warmth, something on the stage, someone famous, right? And when you have this, you have stable relationships, very positive. Sextiles, remember the energy sextile means you have to put in the work. It's out there. God is putting this out here for you guys. But what are you going to do with this? Okay. So you can work on some stable relationships here. You're talking about Venus. You're talking about the planet of love and art and music and yes, feminine energy. So practical romance, finances. There's some discipline with finances. If you want to work on your finances, this is a great time to do it. Artistic structure, emotional maturity and pleasure, value and commitment, harmony between desire and duty, and long-term investments. Now on the 15th, Mercury will be entering. Where's my Mercury here? Okay, right here, didn't do it yet. But oh yeah, because I wasn't the 15th. Mercury enters Taurus. Mercury is the planet of communication. Taurus, we discussed, it's a lot of Taurus energy this month. A lot of Taurus. So a lot of things on everything Taurus. Finances and stability and your voice and your your body and earth and land and comfort and food, okay, practicality and grounded energy. So Mercury is the planet of conversation, right, and thought and commerce. So conversations during this time may focus on practical matters like finances and security and material concerns. Communications will be more deliberate and slow because Taurus is a slower energy. It's very rooted, so rooted in facts could be happening in details. Patient listener is what you get with Mercury entering the sign Taurus. Decision making process could be a little slower, thorough, and very methodical. People may find themselves thinking more carefully and speaking before they talk, which we just left Mercury in Aries, and all that arguing and retrograding in Aries is very impulsive. So you get all these rapping, especially when you have Mars in Pisces, but you had all these rappers rapping and fighting each other. This is different energy, okay? So be very interesting to see. We probably won't be hearing from the rappers, maybe more singers, because you are dealing with Taurus energy, but people may be more resistant to change or hesitant to embrace new ideas. It could be a sense of calm and real, why can't I think of the word? Being really reliable with communication. This period is ideal for creating detailed plans and strategies for the future. Good time for paying attention to your physical aspects or the physical aspects of communication, like body language and the tone of the voice. Okay. Because you got the sensories dealing with Mercury. So you're aware of all of it. Like you're aware of, like, how does she look when she say it? You know, what body language? What was the tone? What did I hear? Down to earth thinking, common sense. You're very deliberate. You're very thorough, very logical, very realistic. Materialism, big discussions with that. There's no one wants to be versatile. Versatility and abstract thinking is not part of this Mercury in Taurus, okay? You prefer building on a single foundation, rooted, tangible facts and details. More important when Mercury is not retrograding in the sign Taurus, and you have narrow-minded energy, very stubborn. Communications, very inflexible thinking, very conservative, suspicious of all theories and new ideas, simple thinking, also the thought of just relaxing. Okay. You may be more encouraged to sensual and practical ways of expressing your thoughts and ideas. So be aware of that. Oh, also, individuals may feel stronger, need to be stable, and focus on security in relationships and surroundings. So all that happening with Mercury in Taurus. And on the 17th, we have that Mercury is going to square Pluto. Okay, again in 2 degrees, very Taurus degree. The Mercury's in a sign Taurus, so we're already familiar with that energy looks like, and also 2 represents supreme power. And right now I am craving matcha. Just out of the blue again. At this time, it's like, am I tired? No, I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I'm hungry, but I need to wait until 2 p.m. to eat. I'm even thinking about having one meal. I am a Sagittarius rising. Jupiter is my ruling planet. Jupiter in the sign Taurus has made me gain weight. And no me gusta. When Jupiter was in the sign Aries, I was working out 2 times a day. So I cannot wait for Jupiter to go into Gemini, which we are going to discuss. Anyway, but Mercury squaring Pluto. This is very intense communication. People might be arguing over power with this transit, okay, as it starts to get closer, not just this day, okay? There's deep insights, though. There's challenges with expressing thought, okay? Psychological intensity, healing, overbearing with the healing, okay? Healing of you need to be more resourceful kind of healing. That would be annoying, okay? Resistance to change because they're both fixed energy. They both don't want to change. Power struggles, the need for the truth. Both Mercury and Pluto are associated with seeking the truth. So it's going to be some issues with that. There's heightened awareness. When you have the square, it can heighten any of our awarenesses and our underlying motives and our subconscious influences. This is every time you have a square, there's always opportunity for growth because it's challenges, and it's going to bring some growth with transformation and gaining a deeper insight. Be aware. I wonder how the strikes are going to happen in. Okay. Pluto in the sign Aquarius, retrograding again when you're dealing with your stability. Yes, and your voice. Let's see how that works out. We'll get more into details of that as I do the weekly transits. Venus is going to conjunct Uranus. Now Venus then hopped over and was like, "Hey boo, hey!" And in the sign, the degrees is Aquarius, and Uranus is in a sign Taurus. Venus will be in a sign Taurus. Unexpected relationships, unconventional beauty, because Venus is about our beauty. Uranus is like, let's switch it up. Let's try something different. Now, Venus is also about relationships. So I want freedom from my relationship, not just love as in romance, but my business partner. Who are my partners? Any type of relationship. There's sudden finance changes. Venus represents the money. Okay. What we attract naturally. Excitement and adventure. You can get this. You can find beauty and pleasure in doing something new, stepping out of your comfort zone, innovative creativity, embracing some change, electric attraction, very magnetic energy when you have these two planets hugging. Unexpected events could be happening socially. Okay. In the realms of love too, and beauty and finances, you can have some emotional liberation. What else do you have? Sparks of genius, especially with that Uranus energy. Maybe some new artistic expressions, unexpected surprises. What else? Rebellion against conformity. Uranus influence can spark rebellion again against the tradition. Emotional liberation, spontaneous acts of love. That can definitely happen with this. Okay. And remember to embrace change that day. Now, also on this day, we have Jupiter is also going to be conjunct the sun. This is a Kazemi. Remember what I told you about Kazemis? Kazemis are very intense, right? A Kazemi is considered the heart of the sun, which is seen as a positive and empowerment energy. Okay. It amplifies the qualities and characteristics of the planet, giving them special strength and influence. It could be highly energized and able to express its qualities more strongly, can indicate a time of heightened focus, clarity, and potential for success. The planet's energy is working harmoniously with the sun. In 28 degrees, that's a Cancer degree. That's dealing with your mom, dealing with your security. So it could be also dealing with your father, where you feel safe, your memories, your home, your roots, your ancestry, loyalty, faith, also water. Okay. So when it has this Kanzimi, there is abundance and prosperity with the home, with your stability, optimism and confidence with your mom, with your family, with your home, success and achievement. There's generosity and goodwill. There's expansion of a creativity, wisdom and knowledge, because Jupiter is representing higher learning and wisdom. So you have that, and the sun is highlighting that. So that could be happening. Stability and security, especially when they both in a sign Taurus. Opportunities for growth, favorable timing. The Kazemi position, where the sun is in the heart of and the heart is in the sun of Jupiter, it is considered a potent and fortunate alignment. It can magnify the positive effects of Jupiter. So far we have this positive energy with the new moon, and we have Pluto working really good with some aspects, and we have this conjunction. I think it's very positive, very abundant, just a lot coming your way far as luck, celebration and joy, prosperous ventures, gratitude and appreciation, philanthropy and giving back. That's very Jupiter influence energy, right? It wants charity. It cares about the community. It cares about the collective. Very optimistic outlook on things, very expansive, liberating, harmonious. Opportunities for travel can happen too, and overall well-being, just positive. So look out for this day on the 19th. It's very positive, and the energy is going to last for a minute. So go ahead and take advantage. Also on the 19th, we have the sun is going to sextile Neptune. So when it does this, at the same time, it's going to be sextiling Neptune. Very positive too in 29 degrees. That's a Leo degree. That's about your attention, life, something on the stage, gold, warmth, children, creativity, self-expression. Some leaders too. I said but royalty is what I was thinking, right? So creative inspiration. While you're living in that Kazumi, you're going to be having this energy too. And Neptune is all about romance and love, right? So creative inspiration, spiritual connection, empathy and compassion, intuitive insights, dreamy atmosphere. Looking at everything, the rose color lens is going to be there. It may be foggy, but everyone's in love, okay? So that's what I mean by dreamy atmosphere. Healing energy, enhanced intuition, artistic expression, idealism and vision, harmonious relationships, positive. Also, that day, we have Mars is going to be conjunct the North Node. So, some people are going to be getting some healing. That is also a Taurus degree, again, Taurus, and it's dealing with your money and earth and food and stability, right? And Mars is in a sign Aries, and that is Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. So it's going to be very assertive in this. And the North Node is about what we're trying to achieve, right? In this lifetime. And when you have this conjunction, you could be very determined to pursue your destiny and your life's path. You may feel a strong urge to act on your ambitions and desires that align to your higher purpose. Very positive day. May also bring about important events that involve leadership because you're dealing with Aries or this self. Okay. Your body being starting something new, fighting for one's beliefs, asserting one's independence, engage in self-discovery, take actions on your goals this day, embrace opportunities to lead or stand up for yourself and others, be very courageous. Now, on a collective level, there may be a rise in activism more than what we see, especially if this is what people are meant here on this earth to do. Leadership is going to emerge with this energy, and societies might focus on themes of starting fresh or fighting for independence. Okay. So, also, this Aries energy makes me think of Gaza and Israel because they had that started with, especially with this node, and the node is connected to the eclipse. So, they started that first eclipse of Libra, which is also dealing with this opposition here. And look at where the moon is. It's in the moon. The moon is in Libra. I didn't do any moon placements. I do that weekly because the moon moves really fast. But you see here, the moon is here, and it's over also here conjunct this south node. So emotionally, we feel like we need to release the relationships or what we were attached to, what we were marrying, open enemies. So you have that happening at the same time. And Mars is like, no, let's let it go. Let's release it because it's opposing it, not getting along with that energy. So emotionally, we feel it. Okay. So you have that day. Now on the 20th, we have Sun entering Gemini. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh, I'm almost running out of water, so I need to hurry up because I'm going to be thirsty. When we have Gemini, so we had Taurus energy, a lot of Taurus energy, okay? But now we're entering Gemini, and Gemini, first of all, the sun is about our identity, our self-expression, our life purpose, our direction, our vitality, our energy, creative force, leadership, authority, father energy, the ego, our pride, our conscious awareness, hero journey, warmth and generosity, and a masculine principle. Now, Gemini, the zodiac sign, is an air sign and it's mutable. It's about communication, intellect, curiosity, adaptability, and sociability. Okay. And the ruling planet is Mercury. So, Gemini, we're going to be very communicative, intellectual, versatility. I have a Mars in Gemini and a Venus in Gemini. The looks every day, sometimes twice a day, I change the look. Okay. Social interaction, dual nature. That's dealing with the twins. And you have this duality. So, you have like extroversion, you're extroverted and introverted. Okay. Constant back and forth, night and day. Masculine, feminine. Okay. There's curiosity, there's flexibility, there's restlessness and playfulness. Okay. Now, when the sun is in the sign, so you had your life, that energy, that life force, that consciousness is connected to this Gemini playfulness, youthfulness, and duality. Again, you have this the unconscious and the consciousness. You have the light and the dark. You have heaven and earth. It's also Gemini is ruling the lungs, bronchitis, your collarbones, your arms and your hands. So you could be having issues with that, or sun's bringing light to it. But we're going to see a lot of cynics, a lot of knowledge, a lot of diversity, socializing, people being fickle. There's cleverness. People are being resourceful, quick-witted, very agile, sophistication. Superficial is not getting into the surface because it's got its hands in everything. So it's just staying on a surface level when we have that Gemini energy. And we'll speak about Jupiter in Gemini, but very flighty, very restless, always looking for something new. There's fears, emotional fears. Like, I don't want to be too emotional. I don't want to be too deep. Advertising is also big with Gemini, and communication again. Gossip, communication across the board. Good communication, bad communication. Debates, arguments. You got your radio, your TV, publishing, reporters, mail, messages, news, the news. Bigger than ever, right? During Gemini season. And when Jupiter hits Gemini, and we have speech, books, writing, broadcasting, transportation, also dealing with Gemini. So travel and more day-to-day travel, like within our communities. So like our highways and railroads, drivers, cars, buses, bikes. You're also dealing with birds when you have Gemini, and teachers, early education, schools, rainbows. And when I say rainbows, during Gemini season, we have the LBGT and plus community, neighborhoods, counties, communities, merchandise, stocks, because you're dealing with commerce, siblings, twins, that duality, your memory, and pranks. Okay. So while the sun is in Gemini, we're going to be communicating and exchanging a lot of ideas. There's a lot of curiosity and intellect, a lot of socializing, a lot of adaptability, restlessness and variety. Again, a duality that can lead to indecisiveness. Be aware of that. Youthful and playfulness. People playing too much. People playing pranks. I cannot stand pranks. Collectively, the sun in Gemini period can see an uptick in activities related to communication industries, media, education, a lot of news reporters, Tucker Carlson, all those people, Candace Owens, if she, I would consider her a reporter, and a lot of discussions with travel, emphasis on dialogues in society with the focus on sharing information and learning from different sources. Now, that sun on the 22nd is going to sextile Pluto in 2 degrees again, Taurus degree, and the sun again, our identity and ego and our life force. Pluto associated with transformation, the power of the subconscious, deep-seated changes. Trine is positive. I love a trine because a trine is, you don't have to do work. That energy is going to end up on your lap. God is like, here today, I got you a gift, right? So you have that sun trining Pluto, and you're going to be enhanced communication, personal growth, empowerment, power, positive transformation, psychological insights. And maybe something with our resources will be happening with that Taurus energy, because it is in 2 degrees, and it is probably going to give you some supreme power energy. Okay. And Sun in Gemini makes me think that communicating the revolution, communicating what the collective wants to think, will be out there, and there's something going to work with that, with all these revolts. And the collective is going to be positive about it, regardless the side you're having. What else does Pluto represent? Pluto in Aquarius, changes with the airplane that could be happening, and discussing it and learning something new and changing up the system. Yes. Okay. Positive energy that day. So again, Pluto in Aquarius is working for us that day. And on the 23rd, you have Venus is going to conjunct Jupiter. A lot of love. Be careful of the spending. Okay. You're dealing with Leo energy because it's in 29 degrees. So maybe spending too much of that gold. Okay. Some type of entertainment, maybe going to a big concert to see that big celebrity that you like, on a hot date. This also could be dealing with children, hanging out with children, having fun, a lot of luck happening with children. Positive influences is that this could increase some love and affection, financial opportunities, appreciation for beauty, enjoyment and pleasure. A lot of social benefits could be happening with this. Now, the bad influence is that you could be overindulgent, you could be complacent, financial imprudence, ignoring practical matters, gaining weight. Okay, Jupiter and Taurus. Watching you, Jupiter and Taurus, okay, in Taurus, because No, I'm saying focus, okay? But again, you can have some enhanced self-worth. There's generosity, cultural experience, because Jupiter does represent out of this your natural land, right? And harmony in relationships, professional success. There's resistance to change, unrealistic expectations, because Jupiter is so optimistic. It's overly optimistic, and also thinking about the bigger picture. So neglecting the details, dependency and material comfort, issues with boundaries. Okay. Now, Venus, while it's entertaining Jupiter, it's going to be sextiling Neptune, 29 degrees, and Jupiter is going to be sextiling Neptune. So when you have this, you have romantic idealism, creative inspiration, positive love, heightened intuition and empathy in a big way with that Jupiter, financial intuition. So if you're like, I feel like I can make money doing this, go with it. Go with what your gut says. There's harmony and peace and attracting the unusual and artistic, because Neptune is very not out of this box, but very spiritual, things you can't really explain. Okay. And Jupiter is also going to be sextiling it. So it's very big with love and romance in a huge way, because Neptune represents romance, but also connecting that spirituality aspect and connecting the feeling and not the words, and the haziness of things, right? And also the poor boundaries here. Okay, the fogginess. So be aware of that, but it's very positive. There's love. Work with that energy. Now, we also have the full moon also that day, and it is in 2 degrees. It's going to actually, the full moon's going to happen that morning at 6:53 a.m. Again, 2 degrees, a lot of Taurus energy, okay? In this month, we're dealing with Gemini and Taurus a lot this month. We do have some planets in Aries here, but I just want you to be aware. So remember, when there's a full moon, the sun and the moon are opposing. There's tension, okay? Powerful moments of releasing, okay? And the full moons are a time of completing something, like fulfilling a goal to end this. It's not the end of the lunar cycle, but it's the climax of it, okay? So heightened emotions and awareness. Now, what sign is it in? Sagittarius. So that's going to set a lot about the themes that we're going to be dealing with this tug of war and this inner work that you need to work on, and what you need to release and let go, and especially lower energy, let go of that, or any upsets or negative in anything negative. Okay. Now for the full moon in Sagittarius, which will be highlighted, and Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. Remember, it's connected to all this love here. So there's some positivity here with that. And maybe this climax is going to help you find love, or not, or already something with love, or your intuition. It's going to help you expand your consciousness, or a quest for the truth, adventurous energy too, and reflective on your personal beliefs and your philosophies, celebrating your freedom, emotional optimism, generosity and philanthropy. And now, with the full moon, we are dealing with the emotions. So you could be overextended, you could be impulsive, dogmatic, restless, and you have to manage your ideals versus your reality. So you have that. And what else do we have? The full moon. The full moon, the sun is conjunct Venus in Gemini. Venus is conjunct Jupiter. So there's emphasis on communication with the Gemini energy, curiosity and relationships, and lighthearted, engaging interactions. Now, Venus conjunct that Jupiter, we've already discussed, but be aware that all that's happening with this full moon of this tug of war, but it almost looks a little bit positive. So if you're having some issue, we'll discuss that as it goes, but because Sagittarius is the ruler, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and that's conjunct here, and it's sextile here, I find that it's going to be positive, but there will be a climax of something emotionally. Okay. Also, Venus will be entering Gemini at 1:30 p.m. that day. And the planet of love, beauty, harmony, and our values is going to be very, very social. Okay. This could influence relationships mentally. We want variety, maybe flirting, maybe being playful, a lot of communication with love, a lot of diversity with love. People may enjoy some wordplay or some human humor. Curiosity and variety, adaptability and love, dual nature with that Gemini. So exploring multiple facets of love and relationships, or the non-traditional relationship versus the flexibility in an arrangement of a relationship. And there's enhanced creativity and artistic. There's some financial aspects. Um, Very versatile with finances. Again, youthfulness and play, learning and education, local travel and shorts, maybe with socializing or with a community or with your friends, and flexible in decision making when it comes to making that coin. Okay, what else do we have? Venus entering Gemini, social media. Okay, big, big, big. The beauty of social media. What else we have? Networking and friendship, and could be very superficial, could be very indecisive, restlessness. This is a big thing with communication too. So communication and beauty is linked up, or communication with art and music and aesthetics is all linked up here. So this would be huge. There could be some gossip and rumors, especially with people of beauty, are with a facial product of some sort, like sorry, I hit the mic, like like a brand, like a self-care brand. There could be like gossip with that. That's Mercury, but Venus in Gemini is dealing with that difficulty in expressing feelings, need to for constant stimulation could be happening too. Relationships may be more lighthearted and less emotionally intense. People may seek mental connections and stimulating relationships, and greater appreciation for being diverse and flexibility when it comes to social activities. Now, Jupiter is going to sextile Neptune, which we discussed a little bit earlier, but again, enhanced creativity, material and spiritual balance, growth and compassion and generosity, opportunity for growth, intuitive when it comes to a business sense, and faith and optimism, philanthropy, huge, right? Dealing with that. Now, on also, Venus is going to trine Neptune. It's going to, not Neptune, Pluto. It's going to hit this 1 degree. What day is this? This is also on the 25th. So it already passed it, but when it hits 1 degrees, it's trining Pluto, very positive, right? So deep emotional connections, transformative in relationships, empowerment in self-discovery, and intense attraction. So here again, Pluto is trining again, very positive when it comes to a big rebirth or transformation or regeneration of some sorts. Okay. Also with things that are very taboo and dark is what Pluto represents. So like also psychology and spirituality. So the tarot readers and astrologers, positive energy for me. Great day to get a reading. Also, but anytime Pluto is trining, I'm saying it's positive because that Pluto in Aquarius is bringing a lot to the table. It brought a lot with COVID. It's bringing a lot with the well, I guess because I was watching it this morning of all the strikes that are happening and protests happening. Now, Jupiter entering Taurus. Now, this is going to be big. Okay, I've discussed this several times, but now I have to use the restroom. So I am going to use the restroom real quick. I am going to play a quick commercial. Oh, I didn't put it on the loop. I did not put it on a loop. My bad. Hello. Just had to use the restroom and wash my hands. So now I'm about to talk about Jupiter entering Gemini. Okay. That didn't take too long, did it? As I drank so much water into you guys, so I might have to go back. Anyway, let's talk about Jupiter in the sign Taurus. Okay, I mean not in the sign Taurus. It's going to enter. Jupiter is going to enter Gemini. It's going to happen at 4:14 p.m. It's going to happen May 26th or the 25th. The 25th. Okay. Now this is big. Big, 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 big. Okay. Jupiter enters Gemini and will remain in the sign Gemini until June 9th. This transit can enhance collaborative efforts, social interactions, and ability to hold multiple truths at the same time. It's a time for exploration, being adaptable, embracing diversity in ideas and experiences. Jupiter is a great benefit. Okay, it's very positive. It brings good fortune, expansion, and abundance. It's the largest planet in our solar system, which reflects its principle of amplifying a lot of transits. Okay, so we're dealing with weather-wise. Okay, whenever a planet enters a sign, we're dealing with air. So some stuff with air could be happening. It's a very mutable energy. So there could be some mild wind happening. Gemini represents mild, but when we have that Pluto in Aquarius, that's dealing with some wind. So when they connect, boy, just be aware what could be happening. And when Jupiter hits that Neptune and Saturn, we'll get into that as the year goes. Now, Jupiter influence it can encourage us in a think big kind of way, and when it's in Gemini, it can manifest our knowledge, our inclinations towards multitasking, and a desire to connect and share with others on a larger scale. People might take up new studies with this transit and engage in writing projects, exploring new languages and cultures. So someone may be writing a book about the world. You may be interested in being an author, or publishing also happens with this. And publishing could be also dealing with TV, YouTube, right? Starting a broadcast of some sort. The expansion nature of Jupiter can sometimes lead to scattered energies, and we could be causing ourselves to be too thin, especially with the over optimistic Jupiter. Like, I can do it all. So you overcommit and you're multitasking. Just be aware of that. Embracing positive changes. I mean, here's the positive aspects with Jupiter in a sign Taurus. We can have some growth and expansion when it comes to business endeavors and traveling and going beyond our horizons. Is very optimistic. Faith-based is Jupiter. It's abundant. It's about higher learning. Oh, I'm sorry. This is just on Jupiter, not Jupiter and Gemini. It's about growth, expansion, optimism, faith, abundance, prosperity, higher learning, wisdom, travel, exploring, legal matters. Jupiter is about legal, not just Libra, not just seventh house. Jupiter is dealing with legal and ethics, because Jupiter cares about how we live together. Okay. It's all about human conduct. Okay. Spirituality and religion, because that's also involved with human conduct. Publishing, broadcasting, good fortune, luck, generosity, philanthropy, excess, and indulging. Now, Gemini, which I explained earlier, communication, intellect, versatility, social interaction, curiosity, restlessness, all that's Gemini. Now, when it hits Jupiter in Gemini, now, if Gemini is ruling something in your chart, Jupiter is going to transit that. It's going to touch it. It's going to be on top of that. And it's going to make things bigger than ever. If you have any Sagittarius placements, Jupiter is going to be opposing that. So, and it's going to be seesawing it, and there could be a tug of war. So just be aware of that personally on your personal charts. Now, on a collective level, there's going to be a focus on education and early education in children, right? And I say children because we're dealing with the youthfulness of things too. Media, communication ideas, siblings, twins, legislations and policies, international relations, because Gemini is the symbol, the zodiac sign of travel and exchanging ideas. Also, media and press freedom. Gemini associated with communication and journalism. So there's a spotlight on media and freedom, or freedom and freedom. especially when that Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius. So get ready for that, and the ethics of the press and public opinion, the government approach on media and regulating and freedom of speech. Now, education and literacy, because Jupiter, high learning, Gemini, early learning, big focus on education. And we will have some scattered energies, and we're going to be overconfident. There could be an information overload happening, and communication and information sharing, huge, okay, bigger than ever. A focus on media, huge. Disinformation, huge. Promotion of literacy, huge, as I say the word wrong. Increased opportunity for cultural exchange and international collaborations. Now, especially when you're dealing with trips, opportunities to travel related to learning, huge. Growth and luck in business, particularly those involved with communication, writing, sales, or whatever. Okay. Now, I looked up Jupiter in Gemini in the past, and I discussed Jupiter in Gemini. I really encourage you to look at those past videos, because that's added information. And I will be doing a video solely on Jupiter and Gemini. But with that said, not but, with that said, let's look at when Jupiter and Gemini, I'm going to look at some years. It was Jupiter and Gemini in 2012. They came out with a Curiosity is a car-sized Mars rover exploring the Gale crater. It landed on Mars, but it was called Curiosity, which is representing Gemini. Gemini is a very curious energy, and hence the education and a desire to learn. Now, June 4th of 1989, Central Park, we had the 5 teenagers. They were said to have like killed a jogger, but there was the youthfulness, and they were so young when you look at the videos now. So you had that happening, and Gemini represents youth, and it's really big. It's going to make things bigger than ever when dealing with something. Okay, June 4th, a UFA train disaster, and it killed 575 people as 2 trains passing each other through sparks and nearly a leaky pipeline. Train, railroads. That's Gemini. Okay, now Jupiter in Gemini in 1988, we had a airway flight, and it crashed on a highway. Highway is Gemini. Also, 1977, we had terrorists take over a school. 105 hostages. A school. The children were released in May on the 26th. So they stayed in there that whole time when they were held hostage. Remember, children, early education, youthfulness. Okay. Also, Gemini represents trains. Here again, June 11th, that same year, 1977, there was a storm that 6 terrorists took over a train. Okay. Also, July 1st that year, the East African community is dissolved. Community is a big part of Gemini. So community. Yes. Also, okay. Well, I'll discuss that in a future video. But yes, community and like within your neighborhood also. Now, Gemini also represents, what is this? Oh, Ford officially launches the volume productions of a Fiesta car. Car is also Gemini. Barbara Walters hosts a final presidential debate. 1976 presidential election. This was in the 1976 Gemini. Remember debates and arguments. Here we go. 1965 Jupiter and Gemini. Oh, it makes me think of what are we going to have about the debates about the presidents. Let's see what we have coming up. A 16-year-old in 1965, 16-year-old sniper kills 3 people on a hilltop at a highway along the Highway 101. Double Gemini energy there. May 6, 1965, we had a tornado outbreak near the Twin Cities. Twin representing Gemini. June 3rd, there's something called Gemini 4. An astronaut, Ed White, makes the first U.S. spacewalk. 1953, Jupiter in Gemini, Fidel Castro and his brother, because you're dealing with siblings, lead a disastrous assault on the Macade. I don't know if I said that right. Okay, December 17th, 1953, Color television starts, and television is very Gemini color. Rainbow, Gemini. Okay. That one makes me smile. 1941, commercial television is authorized by the FCC. We had the first legal television commercial, televised, selling stuff too. Gemini. Now we have a 6-year-old young person undergoes a appendix. Okay, appendectomy. I don't know if I'm saying it. He went under a coma. Record breaking 37 years until her death. Oh, it was a female, Elaine. Anyway, it was a youth, 1941. Wonder Woman. Comic begins publication. Publication one is Gemini. Wonder Woman makes me think of changing it. Let's diversify what's going on here because we're talking about diversity. So those are some of the things that we can probably see in the future with Jupiter and Gemini. The youthfulness, a lot of TV stuff, a lot of diversifying things, railroads, highways, cars, just literally the word Gemini, literally also curiosity and naming things off of the sign. Okay. So we have that. Now on the 27th of May, Mercury is going to sextile Saturn. No. Yes, it is going to sextile Saturn in 18 degrees. 18 degree is a Virgo degree. It's cleaning out something. Could also represent like a rare disease too, but it's sextile, so it's positive. And we have, I said, okay, practical thinking and planning and communication, time for concentration, focus, and attention to details. Any hard work you have and you have a to-do list and you really need to get into the details of it, it's great to work with this energy. Supports long-term planning and organization, deep reflection, introspection. Also dealing with this because you are dealing with that Pisces energy, balance between logic and your intuition, methodical thinking, attention to detail, patience. There's a lot of mental tasks. Systematic thinking, great for that. And that is a sextile. So it's out there. You just have to put in the work to do it. On the 29th, we have Mars. Mars is going to conjunct Chiron. Again, this is healing. And this is a 22 degree. That is a killed or be killed kind of energy, meaning something may die. Capricorn represents death too. Coldness and fear, public attention, taking over your ambition, your reputation is also dealing with this. Could be dealing with fathers and infrastructures, right? Establishments. Now, Mars, again, the planet of action in the sign Aries, it's in its own sign. Chiron is the wounded healer and inner transformation. So now they are conjunct. So that means you get the good and the bad. Okay. So there's intense self exploration, facing your past hurts, working towards healing and integrating those wounds with courage and self-awareness. Also could be an opportunity for profound self-discovery and empowerment and transformation by addressing and overcoming some past challenges. Now, there could be a forcefulness of trying to make people work on their wounds when you have this conjunction. So be aware of that. Or Aries is like forcing the energy to do something to heal. So be aware of that. This can surface old wounds or insecurities. And the independent, like someone's trying to take your independence too. So now on the 30th, Mercury is conjunct Uranus. So after it finishes, oh no, that's Mars. But Mercury, it was actually with Neptune. No, it was with Saturn. So now it's dealing with Uranus. It's hugging here. It's going to be 24 degrees. That's a Pisces degree. That's dealing with sleeping, endings, drugs, alcohol, unconsciousness, our psyche, our feet, shadows, things that are unclear, dreams too, our intuition, sudden flashes of insight, unconventional ideals, and thinking out of the box. A time for intelligent stimulation, creativity. Something's going to be dealing with that Pisces stuff. It makes me think, is the intuition involved with this communication of something new? can stimulate your thinking and communication with innovative and original ideas, maybe through your dreams. Break free from traditional thoughts and patterns. Embrace new ways of expressing yourself, insights, intellectual excitement, willing to explore alternative viewpoints. Now, Uranus is so intelligent. It is the ruler of Aquarius, so it's so intelligent, and Mercury is touching it. I find there's going to be some very, very intellectual things happening, some innovative ideas and solutions. May experience a strong urge to explore new interests, engage in stimulating conversations. Unexpected news, surprising conversations can happen with this, enlightening discussions. Embrace some change, embrace your uniqueness, trust your intuition. And yes, that is what we have for the month of May. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please look out. Oh, I didn't even bring the chart back up. I'm so sorry. But you understand. Okay. You can hear me. Yes, but a lot of positive things and a lot of interesting things happening. And please look out for my videos coming up. I'm also going to do, I said my Patreon, but I'm also going to do on YouTube. And I think I put them up on my podcast, but May's tarot reading too. Okay. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining. Bye.